Guy Robert Poitier is dead. I found out a few days ago. But this story begins probably 5 or so years ago when I signed up for an online marketing class to learn Facebook marketing. Part of my ongoing education is to add new skills and new tricks and new understanding about how this business works. Yeah. And so I signed up for this to learn, this new thing at the time, all these ads on Facebook, and how do you target an audience, and how do you make a buy, and how do you create an offer, and how do you create success for clients on Facebook using ads. And so there was a man in California who had done this very successfully for himself and for clients, and then he easily and successfully began selling the course online using Facebook ads. Tried to teach you how to create successful Facebook ads. So it was a beautiful kind of circularity in all of it. There were probably 20 or so of us who had signed up for this course, and we had a whole range of things. I have a branding agency, and some people have financial practices and chiropractic, and there were just mostly self-employed entrepreneurs who needed to promote their business, but there were guys like me who also wanted to, do work for clients. So one of the people in this group was a man who was about 5 years older than me, and his name was Guy Robert Porter. Guy Robert Porter. Guy Robert Porter. Straightforward. Well, not straightforward to me, because my crazy ass made it into Guy Robert Poitier. And I would say it to myself in my mind like that every time I saw his name, Guy Robert Porter was Guy Robert Poitier, and he took on this kind of almost a mythical kind of thing. And he was a character. All right, Guy was what a character. He was age appropriately cranky. There's something that you will notice you will not notice this as a younger man until you are an older man and you look at yourself and you go, oh, I've gotten cranky. And Guy had gotten cranky, but deservedly so. And he was a Buddhist, and he had a degree in philosophy, and he was into finance and had begun to teach himself how to write algorithms, financial algorithms, trading algorithms using AI. And he was always learning and was a very, very smart man and a funny man. And I really just enjoyed getting to know him on Facebook, and we would, crack jokes and make each other laugh and, make each other think. And we interacted, inside the group dedicated to this learning about Facebook, but we also just kind of socialized on Facebook as two new friends who kind of just two guys who just liked hanging out together. At some point that led to a phone call. And as the phone rang, I knew it was him. And I said, Guy Robert Poitier. And he got a good what the fuck kind of chuckle out of that. Who was this? Because Guy Robert Porter was anything but French. Now, he may have had some French extraction. The name still strikes me as a French name. But he was from Missouri. So when he answered the phone, when he heard me say Guy Robert Poitier, he started laughing and, what in the hell are you talking about? So he had this southern drawl, which made the whole thing perfect, right? That it was so inappropriate. This name, the way I spun this name, was so inappropriate to, his actual nature. But we fell into a great conversation and made each other laugh. And it was just, we just got each other. He got me, I got him, and we enjoyed each other. And it was one of those things where you go, I need to have these kinds of conversations every week, every month, and we talked about let's do it again. Fast forward 3-4 years later, and that next call never happened. Never happened. But I did still continue to read him, see him every once in a while on Facebook when I would check in. My frequency on Facebook went from, posting 3 and 4 times a day to, now I show up once every few days or once, a week or so, just to kind of stick my head in and see who's doing what, right? And I continued to see Guy's content and be amused and provoked and all those things. We continued to make each other laugh with our comments. And I continued to say, we need to get on the phone. I honestly had some financial guidance questions I needed. He was quite accomplished. But this, when I got on last week, I saw a message that the first sentence kind of struck me because it wasn't in his voice. And at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, what? But it was a message that his wife had written and was informing all of his Facebook friends that he had been in a car accident and had been killed. Guy Robert Poitier was dead. And it reminded me, as we often need to be reminded, but sometimes aren't aware of enough, that this life thing has an end. It's like we're on this train ride, yeah? And we look out the window and we reminisce about all the places we've been, and we think about this destination and where we're going and all the things that are going to happen once we get there, and how long it will take for us to arrive, and all of these things on this journey that we're on, right? Until something smacks you upside the head and says, that's your imagination. The reality is that people get in car accidents, and he may have been driving down the highway thinking about his destination. I don't know the details of his wreck, but he could have been having that same kind of thought, where he was going, how it was going to be there, and then gone. That moment will happen for all of us. And it hit me so hard. And it made me think I better get started. Because my train station is going to be here sooner than later. Yeah, it will be here sooner. I will arrive sooner than I expect. So, Guy Robert Poitier brought me here. Thank you, Guy. In some small way, I do hope to honor your memory. By doing this really simple thing, starting this podcast. Really starting it. Okay. Believe nothing I say. Trust, but verify what is true for you. You must do your labor. You must do your work. You cannot just take the thoughts of other people and make them your own, because their life is not yours and yours is not theirs, and you are on your own path, that you must find the truth of your path. Observe others, know that we are sharing the same road, and we have much to learn from one another. And I'm just going to do the very best I can to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way on my journey. All right? I wish you peace. Thank you, Guy.